This is a course overview for U.S. History 2, HI 112, Section 1, at Worcester State University in spring 2019. The course was taught by Tona Hangen and was conducted as a blended course through Blackboard and a course website on the open web. I'd like to showcase 3 things on today's course tour as a way to look at the course's design: the syllabus, the course website, and the Blackboard setup. The syllabus is a 6-page full-color digital PDF made using Pages for Mac newsletter templates. I'll be jumping around a little within the syllabus to show a few highlights. First, the course's learning outcomes are featured in an FAQ page. The course used a standard print textbook and met on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule with a weekly historical document workshop, or DW. My class uses many different learning modes, including discussion, written work, online modules, and exams. Since fall 2010, I have maintained an externally hosted open course website for this class, which serves as a running list of what's currently happening in the course and a permanent archive for me or my students over time. Here's an example of a weekly post from the middle of this term. I provide learning objectives and assignments for the week and deliver course documents like chapter discussion questions, study guides, and handouts. Course documents are also duplicated in a Blackboard folder. I also use the course website to showcase links that supplement our learning or that suggest further reading or deeper engagement. For example, this post covers some of the fascinating popular culture resources for the 1930s, including murals, songs, radio, newsreels, and movies of the Great Depression. On our campus, we are running Blackboard 9.1. My initial customizations to the default shell include replacing Home with an Announcements page, adding a banner image that replicates the one at the top of my syllabus, and changing the navigation sidebar colors. Zooming in on the navigation bar, I have 3 sections: basic course info and archived slides and handouts at the top, coursework and assignments in the middle, and resources or tools at the bottom. I hide or delete any Blackboard tools I'm not using, including getting rid of the default homepage, which I find to be cluttered and busy and not very useful. Slides and handouts takes students to content folders that provide, after each class, a copy of the day's PowerPoint slides and any handouts I gave out. Discussions included discussion boards used during the online days and a general questions board that was opened at the start of the semester, but which no one actually used. I have 2 categories of online modules built in Blackboard: ungraded resource modules that stay up all semester long, and 3 graded modules to cover course content related to the U.S. and Massachusetts constitutions, each of which is open for a few weeks. Resource modules include one on Chicago-style footnote citations, historical thinking skills, and advice about writing history papers. I've developed these over time because I have so many students taking U.S. history classes for Gen Ed credit who are unfamiliar with some of our basic disciplinary expectations, and I can just point them to my guides to the fundamentals if needed. The Constitutions modules are graded with a student response journal and a Blackboard quiz made using a program called Respondus. I use all of these modules in all formats of my intro-level classes, whether face-to-face, blended, or fully online. Some of my approaches to blended learning can be seen in the online days. Snow days are flipped classroom days. One snow day had the missed day slides and written lecture notes. On another snow day, I had students explore sources and then download and complete a compare-contrast graphic organizer, which was then turned in using the Blackboard assignment portal. The last part of the course was conducted all online. Assignments included using digital resources and a downloadable Word template to build a timeline about the end of the Cold War. This touched on historical thinking skills about chronological sequence, cause and effect, citation, and information literacy. Another was to locate a historical source from the year 2001 and add it to a Google spreadsheet about the impact of the 9/11 attacks. In a third, they viewed an NPR investigative journalism piece about global clothing manufacturing and responded to it on a discussion board. I definitely have some things I'd do differently next time, including front-loading some of the online work in a blended course instead of having most of it at the end. And even though no one used the general course questions discussion board, I still think it's an important gesture to show that I'm open to explaining anything that's confusing. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I invite you to connect with me to share ideas or feedback about this course. Thanks, MCO, for giving me the chance to share.